What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be going over something that I've been doing a little research on, looking at all the different trees of origin for all the Transcendence heroes we have right now. We got a total of 9 of them. Actually, no, 10? No, 9. We got 9 so far, 10 coming next month. Some of them seem really good. Some of them seem very self-buffing, while other ones look very, very team-oriented, which is kind of what you want because you can only have one. I mean, let's put it this way. You can only have one hero in a lineup with an actual core of origin, but you can have multiple with the tree of origin unlocked and leveled up. And you kind of have to decide which one you want to go for, because the only way to get rid of your progress in a tree of origin is to completely regress the hero and rebuild them, which, you know, if you have the soul stones, isn't a big deal, but you then have to re-roll all the stones you might have saved, re-unlock the slots for 1,000 gems a piece for the extra 2. There's a lot that goes into it. So today I want to go over one that is very surprising and actually seems really, really good for a lot of the PvE game modes that we're dealing with right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions down below. This one seems like one of the best overall, in my opinion. Can you guess who it is? Let's go. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's talk about the hero we really want to talk about. Go to our Pokedex coming over here, because if you do check any hero, you can click on the tree for any of them that can have a tree, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, let's take a look, because these trees look fancy. Hold on, I need to make my colors a little more matching here. A little darker. Yeah, that's a good color right there. All right, so yes, we are on Jahra, of all people, Star Wing Jahra. Right? Star Wing Jahra? Oh my god, it feels like it's been so long since we've really talked about her that much. We had a video yesterday kind of highlighting how strong she is in the new Void campaign. Some of her abilities are insane, not just her core of origin, which actually is very good and team-oriented. We'll go over it one more time. Whenever an ally releases an active skill, there's a 25% chance to restore that hero 30 energy, a 30% chance to restore an additional 30 energy, and then a 15% chance to inflict Petrify Rock Lock to one random enemy for 2 rounds. That's pretty sweet. The more CC, the better. Next up is when an ally releases basic attacks, so yes, even basic does something, it will restore that hero HP equal to 300% of Star Wing Jahra's attack, which usually her attack's not that high unless she's like a main householder, with a 15% chance to inflict freeze cold chill on one random enemy. I mean, I kind of want to max out a Jahra and use like a PvP team with 5 Rogans, so we're just ridiculously fast. And even if she's not getting like a round 1 active off, like all of their actives have a chance to inflict another CC as well. The question is, does this get affected by her control precision and all that stuff? Either way, more CC, but let's take a look at her actual abilities. So, I believe this goes up too. There's a 35% chance, right? Let me take a look at her skills. 25. So basically, her active abilities CC effects are going to be changing from like a 25% effect up to a 35% effect, which is quite significant. And then on top of that, she has a lot of cool things in her sublimations, increasing her control precision by 15%, triggering condition for petrified rocklock enemies with no less than 40% HP, trigger condition of freeze cold chill enemies with no more than 60. So it's interesting because now you have this like 20 HP range that they can actually be affected by both, it sounds like. Am I reading that right? So trigger condition for rock lock enemies with no less than 40%, so no less than 40. So from 40 to 100% they can get petrified. Now we're talking about triggering the freeze effect, enemies with no more than 60%. So yeah, between 40 and 60% you have an additional chance to get the other one to proc too. That sounds really insane, and might be a reason why, if you're pushing Vortex or just any of the new content, having a householder Jahra might be pretty insane. Just saying. If self energy is greater than or equal to 200 when releasing the active skill, inflicts the same control effects one more time to all uncontrolled enemies. So right here at 200, she already has something talking about 150. If energy is greater than or equal to 150, she'll have that extra chance. So 35 and 35. Yeah, she just has multiple ways of doing it. So yeah, a third layer, essentially a third layer at 35% chance to inflict these things, let alone having this deep sublimation just being absolutely insane. Now, her next one here, her basic attack, it doesn't really do much. All it really is doing damage, but it also steals attack is going up to 35% attack steal from 30%. So it's not a huge amount, but it's still significant. She gets precision on the basic attack. Additionally, reduces the effects of being healed by 20% for 2 rounds for enemies with the lowest HP, and the damage dealt by 10% for 2 rounds for the enemy with the highest attack. That is pretty cool right there. Lowering the strongest enemy, their attack for 2 rounds seems significant. And then lastly, steals attack from the target for 3 rounds instead of 2 rounds. So it just kind of ramps it up. Whew, Jahra is getting a little insane. So this one here is, actually, hold on, let me take a look. I haven't really looked at the difference here. So right here is 15 energy. We should really look. So it goes from 15 to 20, 8, 4, 10, 5, 25. So yeah, this is just an even more insane. So it goes up from 15 to 20 when you have the Void Imprint, and then 25 when you get Void Fusion in here unlocked. And then on top of that, this is increasing her focus by 10% of control precision and 5% control immunity offset. So those are bigger numbers and just means more chances to get the CC off, let alone she's getting HP and attack. She's getting a 20% chance to obtain 1 extra layer of focus. That is pretty insane too. And then at the last part, when the battle starts, she just instantly gets 2 layers of this focus effect. So she starts off with 20% control precision and 10% control immunity offset. When paired with the Rui Scepter, just absolutely insane. And then lastly, we have Apocalypse Vision. So this one I want to read again as well here. So when an enemy is frozen, it deals damage to all frozen enemies and restores self HP. When an enemy is petrified, you deal more damage to all petrified enemies, restores self 18 energy. So here's the thing about this ability here. You remember how this now gives you more chances to put both CC effects on the enemy? Wait, where is it? Right here? No, was it here? No, was it down here? Wait, which one was I on? I just lost track of where I was at. I think I was just on the actual skill itself. Yeah, there we go. So now it has a chance to proc both of these technically. It seems pretty cool. And then on top of that, more attack and HP. When an enemy is frozen, additionally bleeds all frozen enemies. So you're putting more debuffs on the enemies to have to purify, because the new game modes, pretty much everybody can purify stuff. So if you have more dots and things like that on them, the better. And then the other one is whenever an enemy is petrified, additionally poisons all petrified enemies. So you can be putting out a ton of debuffs, 2 crowd control effects, a poison and a bleed. I mean, you have the actual attack steal that you can be doing. There's so many different things that you can be applying with the Jahra on top of her really cool core of origin. I mean, I kind of want to build this one as my first and just say forget the Vesa for right now. Because I mean, Vesa's tree sounds cool. It's got some interesting effects to help keep your team alive. But the name of the game nowadays is this crowd control. And yeah, it seems pretty intense. So what do you guys think? I mean, you need a Jahra anyway. You need that stuff just to get Void Vortex done. So why not invest heavily in this? Granted, you might be saying, well, if we're doing that, why not just go all in on the Sword Flash? Well, Sword Flash's abilities we might go over in the future too. There's a lot of extra bonus attacking going on, which can definitely help. But Jahra is the main big deal, even in Vortex pushes. And now that you're not going to have a Drake for doing things like Void Campaign, it kind of lowers the value of your Sword Flash a little bit, because she's not going to be the one-woman army anymore without that defense down. However, Star Wing Jahra, she's that support hero you want on like every single game mode for that crazy CC. And her tree here just makes it even more CCable enemies. So let me know what you guys think. She seems absolutely broken. If you had her fully like unlocked, just absolutely broken. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.